Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our Nicest Word on the Street podcast. We are back as if we never left, but this time we came back with a very special guest, this wonderful student athlete.
Hi, my name is Clavicia.
Yes, well deserved.
Welcome to Word on the Street, Clev. What's up, y'all? It's Josh again. Josh, you already know, mentor from PS10. I'm in the building. We back.
So today we are discussing attendance. The title of this episode is Attendance Matters. Today we decided to do a little bit of a trivia game.
Let the games begin.
Absolutely. So we're going to do an attendance trivia. What we did was we took the numbers of a random school, who shall remain nameless, and we took some scores. And the only reason why I'm hosting is because I'm the only one with the answers. So therefore, we're going to turn this way so there's no cheating. All right? And we're going to do a little trivia game and see how this ends up.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Go.
Clev? Okay.
Versus Clev.
Oh, you know what?
It's Clev versus Josh.
Clev, would you like to do that? Because you're an athlete. Would you like the competition of that? You versus Mr.
Yeah.
Josh? I think I'm going to put my money on you.
Let's do it.
I think you can get this.
Let's do it.
We should have named this, Are You Smarter Than a Mentor? But we'll see. Okay, first question. How many absences does it take to be considered chronic absent?
Ooh.
Is it A, 17, B, 19, C, 20, or D, 18?
What you think it is? Ladies first.
B?
B, 19? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 18, Alex.
That was kind of a trick question. So, Clev, here's what we're going to do. If you get the next one right, we'll give you 2 because this is his job. He should know this.
Man.
So he's excited about
Put me on the
getting.
spot.
I would hope that he would not get that wrong. That is literally why we are here.
Got that wrong.
Okay. So, second question: how many hours of math and English instruction would a student miss if they were absent 18 days for the school year?
Oh, man. Woo. It's a lot of days.
Clev, you look like you're thinking very hard. You want me to repeat the question? Okay. And for the audience too. How many hours of math and English instruction would a student miss if they were absent 18 days for the school year? So meaning if they missed 18 days the whole year, how many hours do you think that would add up to of actual instruction in math and English class? First answer, A, 35 hours, B, 15 hours, C, 27 hours, or D, 46 hours. You, Mr. Josh, you cannot try to make her nervous.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Come on, class. I think you might want to repeat those the answers.
Is it A, 35 hours, B, 15 hours, C, 27 hours, or D, 46 hours?
C?
Mr. Josh, what do you say?
Which one was C?
We have A, 35 hours, B, 15 hours, C, 27 hours, D, 46 hours.
I'm going to go with 35.
Question number 3.
Let's go.
What is the school's attendance percentage? This particular school's attendance percentage. Which this would probably be, you probably have a better chance of winning the lottery than getting this right because it was a random school. A, 74.32%, B, 56.85%, C, 25.20%, or D, 48.34%.
And this is just a random school. Okay.
I think D.
Okay, what do you say, Mr.
I'm going to
Josh?
go with C.
Okay. Approximately how many hours of instruction would a student miss if they came in 10 minutes late for an entire month?
Oh, wow. Sheesh.
Would it be A, 2.5 hours, B, 3.5 hours, C, 4 hours, or D, 3 hours? Mr. Josh, you should go first.
For a whole month.
For a whole month.
What's the answer sheet again?
A, 2.5 hours, B, 3.5 hours, C, 4.0 hours, or D, 3.0 hours.
When in doubt, answer C.
Okay, Clev, what answer do you think it is?
Come on, DJ.
You said B? Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 5.
She might have got that one right.
What are the math and ELA scores of that school? What do you think they would be? A, 15 to 46%, B, 30 to 70%, C, 62 and 30%. I said 2, but it's and, sorry. Or D, 76 and 65%. Mr. Josh, what do you think?
I'm going to go with D.
Okay, Clev, to repeat those answers is what are the math and ELA scores of the school, that particular school? Is it A, 15 and 46%, B, 30 and 70%, C, 62 and 30%, or D, 76 and 65%?
Number A. Letter A.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a drum roll somewhere? Because this is very interesting.
What you think?
I wish
I think I beat you.
we'll see if Adam could put it up on the screen when this airs, because I would love to see the audience who they think won this. So, with an astounding score of 4-1,
As long as it doesn't jeopardize my job.
Clev has won the game.
High five, Cliff. Good job. You're a competitor.
True athlete.
True athlete.
So here are the actual answers. How many absences does it take to be considered chronic absent? It's actually 18. All right, so that pretty much equals out to 2 per month. And the goal is for students to be present more than missing twice a month. Once it's twice a month, that is too much. The second question is, how many hours of math and English instruction would a student miss if they were absent 18 days for the school year? It actually comes out to 27 hours, which was C, which is a whole day. That sometimes you miss and people don't realize like what it equals, what it adds up to. What is the school's attendance percentage, that particular school? The answer actually was B, 56%, which isn't that good, which isn't good at all, actually. That just shows that the students were only there 56% of the time. And the fourth question, approximately how many hours of instruction would a student miss if they came in 10 minutes late for an entire month? And it comes out to 3.5 hours. They would miss 3.5 hours of instruction. And the math and ELA scores, because all of this was taken from the same school so that we could see how it correlates. The answer was A. The math scores were 15% and the ELA scores were 46%.
Sheesh.
So do these numbers surprise you? Would you say they surprise you? It doesn't?
No.
How about you, Mr. Josh?
A little bit, yeah. But a lot of kids, we just have to get to school. That's what it is. And on time, because we're missing a lot of work when we're not on time
Right.
or present.
For me, it surprises me, and it doesn't surprise me. It surprises me in a sense that, well, I should start with how it doesn't surprise me. All right, if a student isn't here, we seen from the quiz that you will miss a lot of math and reading instruction. So of course the test scores are going to be low. So that doesn't surprise me.
Right.
What does surprise me is that all of the students that we work with are extremely smart. Like, for instance, Clev, right? Who actually has very good attendance, right? You haven't missed in a long time, have you? Haven't missed at all. You have perfect attendance this year, don't you?
You
Right.
good, girl.
So at the end of the day, like a lot of these students we work with are so intelligent and so smart. So what surprises me is that their intelligence isn't reflected in these scores. So you run lunch groups and plenty of different things with the students. Like they're sharp. Like they keep us on our toes.
Oh, yes, they do. They teach me some things. Mr. Josh, can you look up what a red toad is, or what a red frog is, or what is it called? It was like a red football, and it was a frog or something like that. I would have never known that.
So, Clev, considering that these numbers, this was taken from a school that is a K through 5 school as well. So these would be your, what do you say, counterparts,
Yeah.
right? These are your fellow, not your particular classmates, but your generation. How do you feel about those numbers? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like these numbers reflect you and some of the students that you know?
Yeah.
You do? Why so?
Because sometimes, like, they don't come and then, the kids in our classroom, they, get upset because we never get perfect attendance, and then...
That's a good point. You know what? I didn't even think about that. The effect that it has on... Well, maybe you should speak on that. I'm going to say why that's a good point, and then maybe you should speak to that. I never thought about what it meant for the other students that were striving to get perfect attendance, or that were trying to partake in these celebrations and things that now they're not able to. So what does it mean for you? Like, let's say all three of us in the class and Mr. Josh shows up late and I never show up. Like, let's say if you could talk to us directly, what would you say?
I'll get mad because, I just want our class to, win or, win something, but, so something new to surprise us, but it never happens.
Well, let's not say never. Let's hopefully they'll watch this.
Well, one time we won.
Is that the competitive nature in you, or is that just you trying to be the best that you can be?
Yeah,
Which one?
I don't know.
Well, let's say it will happen. You gotta manifest.
That's a fact. And you know what? When this is edited, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna campaign to get this played in your class on the smart board,
Right.
only in your class, and that way, maybe they'll see it, and this might evoke some type of change or some type of fire
Yeah.
to get to school.
Yeah.
So, what strategies would you use to combat this issue and encourage attendance? Like, let's say if you were an adult, all right, because this is one thing we could speak for, right? In my position, we're always in meetings. We're always having different type of plans of how we're going to engage the youth. What are we going to do to make it fun? What are we going to do to celebrate? And that's from our standpoint, right? We're speaking from an adult standpoint. So from a young adult standpoint, what strategies would you do to combat or encourage attendance? Like, what would you think would be something that would be successful?
I would try to call their parents and tell them what's happening, or try to help them with something to make the kids come to school.
Okay. Let's say the parent doesn't pick up. Then what's your next step?
I don't know. Maybe tell the kids to when they get home to try to give their parents a note and tell them to call me.
Okay.
Something.
So I guess we have to get the kids to nag the parents.
Right? Yeah. That's what it is.
Does your kid nag you ever, Josh? Mr. Josh?
Yes, absolutely. He nags me just to watch Paw Patrol. he nags, you know.
Does it work?
It does sometimes. Sometimes I give in because you know, like after enough whining and pulling on my shirt and daddy, Paw Patrol, daddy, it's like, all right, you know what? I'll let him watch it.
Clev, which are you the nagging child as well? I mean, young adult.
Yes,
You nag mom or dad? Which one?
Dad.
That works better. Your moms just aren't having it with daughters. I don't know what that's about. That's smart. That is absolutely smart.
Yeah.
So what strategies do you have to encourage the parents to bring their children to school? Like right now, you just spoke on, you know, having the tackling the student aspect of it. But what do you think we could do as far as the parents are concerned?
Like,
You are community school director or principal for the day. How are you tackling this attendance issue with parents?
We should actually make that happen.
We should make that happen. You get to make all of the decisions, push all of the buttons,
like.
everything.
So I would like make like papers of like to, like parents to come to the school and like make me talk to them, or if it doesn't happen, I would probably like if I would just make papers and then like make notes of like, and then making the kids give them to the paper to the parents, and like make them come to the school to like make me talk to them.
Conversation. Conversation is good. So, Mr. Josh, you know, apart from what we already do, what strategies do you think, like what other strategies would you, let's say it's a perfect world, nothing, there's no issue, there's no like
I would
limits.
say like incentives. Like people love incentives. Maybe raffles. Like you said, I would, you know, send notes home with students to their parents to come to the school so we can talk to them more about attendance and why it matters and why their child should be in school every day. I also feel like we could also do a raffle in between, maybe give out gift cards for food shopping or, you know, anything of the sorts. Old Navy, everybody loves Old Navy. You know, things of that nature that people would love to have and enjoy. And the only way you can get that is if you're present and if your child is present. So,
For me, I wish there used to be this show called Undercover Boss,
I remember.
where the boss or the head of the company used to be able to go into the company.
Yeah.
And I wish we could do that with parents.
Yeah.
Like I wish we could have parents dress up and actually come and observe a full day of school, observe some of the things that, to see like what some of the staff are going through, like to see the great lengths staff, admin, all the extra supports are going through to just literally try to educate their kids or to make sure that their kids feel safe, to make sure that their kids are good in the school day. I know that it's not easy for parents.
Yeah.
It's definitely not easy for the employees either because we're parents as well. So after we give our 100%, 110% here, we go home to now give what's left over to our own families.
Yep.
So for me, I wish that we could do that so that they could see. I believe sometimes like when you're explaining something, it's different from people actually being in it and seeing it, right? Like you run track, right? So imagine you explaining, what's your race that you run?
Sometimes the 55, 50, 55 meter, I think.
The 55 meter, is that for the audience out there, is that a sprint or is that like a long run?
It's sprint.
Okay. Now, that sprint, you have to give literally like everything for that. How long is that race?
Like it's just a straight run.
It's a straight run, but how many seconds would you say it lasts?
10.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
How much training a week do you do for that 10 seconds? Just for that 10 seconds at the meet, how much training do you do per week?
Well, I don't know how much training because sometimes I don't go there that much. But I would say like, I don't know.
Tell the people what you go through. Like it's
Sure, it would be a lot. Like I'm sure because 10 seconds is is not that long of a time. So I'm assuming it's a race. You have to beat that 10 seconds, right? To get to the finish line before the 10 seconds. So I'm assuming in order to do that, not everybody is as fast as that. Can't run 55 meters in 10 seconds. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot of practice to get your speed up to that.
right, and you're racing other individuals, and the whole point is you're putting in a lot of work just for that 10 seconds,
10
just to be
seconds,
able to like win that race. So one person might run it in 9, one person might run it in 8 point something. So
Right.
you're really like putting in a lot of work to win that race like throughout the week. And the whole point of it is that like not everyone would be able to do that.
Right.
You know, like you're working really, really hard for that 10 seconds. And although you're explaining it, you might explain that to someone, like the type of work that you have to put in. What does it feel like when you finish? Like you just ran, you won the race. You had to win to like, you had to run really hard to win the race. What does it feel like when you finally cross that finish line? Like what does your body feel like? What are you thinking when you cross that line?
Well, now I'm used to it, so it feels pretty good. Like, took out some calories out of me, so, yeah.
Okay.
That's a true athlete. The average person would be like, wouldn't be able to talk or anything.
Right.
All right. So like that's the thing. Trying to explain that to someone is completely different from them actually going through it and seeing it. And that's why I feel like if we had instead of undercover boss, maybe we can name it undercover parent.
Yeah.
And they come in and see kind of how things go
And see the dynamic of how the classroom is. Yeah.
and the
And
attendance.
yeah. Yep.
All right, so let's switch gears here. So we've talked about attendance already, but the most important thing is your plan for the future and things of that nature. So what would you say are your future plans and goals?
For track or for school?
Life, school.
For the school, I think my goals are to keep on being focused and to I mean sometimes I come home to school too late, so sometimes I want to come to school early a little bit more. And yeah, just
You like to go to school early? Can we clone you?
for breakfast.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. The most important meal of the day.
I'm not. Listen, you know what,
Mad
Miss
at
Pump? I'm not even mad
Right.
at you.
I ain't mad at you.
That was, listen. You
nasty.
see, I still remember. I actually got cool with the lunch lady. Like when I was in high school, I knew her by first name. She fed me. Okay. She gave me an extra either blueberry or
That's
banana
love.
nut
That's
muffin at the
love.
time. Back then, I did drink milk, so she would hook it up and then 2 juices.
That's love.
Like that was it. So I feel you to the core on that one.
That's love.
I feel you to the core. Mr. Josh, what's your future plans?
My future plans is to do the work that we're doing now in schools, try to help kids get to school on time and every day, and be present and lead by example, raise my son and my future children to do the same, and the American dream.
Mine are being that we work in the school and I see it. I almost feel, although I'm the parent, sometimes I feel bad for my daughter because I'm like, I see it all. You can't get nothing about it. And her mother might even be worse. I'm actually the calm one. She's not gonna see this, so I can say it.
Yeah.
I'm the just how clever. You know how you say you. I'm not gonna say that you sucker dad, but you do. You go nag dad. My daughter's kind of the same. I won't necessarily give in, but she'll try it. But for me, it's like being that I work in a school. I just be looking at her like it's over before you could even try. I already know.
Yeah.
So my goals is one of my goals as a parent is to raise them in a manner that when the teachers come into contact with them, the teachers are like, it's a delight for the teacher to have my kids in their class. Like that's one of the things that I don't go for. So when I'm sitting with my daughter, I'm definitely like, listen, you better not be going to school and causing them a headache or anything like that, because I know how tough it is for them to do their jobs.
Yeah.
What do you think can be done to make it more fun to come to school? Because remember I said we adults, we have a bunch of meetings. We have so many meetings, right? What do you think from a young adult standpoint, what would make school more fun for you?
For me, just to have a break on working.
We all need breaks sometimes, I get that.
That's a fact. Now, what would be done in the midst of this break?
I'm trying to convince your teacher just to.
No, meaning like, what are we going to replace? Like, let's say if we had a break from working, what are we going to replace it with? Is it going to be freeze tag? Is it going to be
Nap time.
relay races? Is it going to be nap time? Recess?
For the pre-K nap time. For first grade and up, like recess, activities, and like break. Yeah, that's it.
More recess? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
I do feel like you guys get enough breaks. You guys have gym, right? Recess, lunch, right? And then sometimes your teachers have, what do they call them? Preps. And then another teacher comes in and you guys do dances on YouTube. That's a break.
You know what? You know what we could do possibly? We could make it like how in regular jobs, how they have 15-minute breaks and, we could, I guess, structure it. Yeah, space them out. And instead of having the full-on 40 minutes, just like have a 5-minute break here, 10-minute break here, just to disconnect and then reconnect.
Reconnect, yeah. I do get that.
So that's a way we could use the same time a little wiser, possibly. But would that be enough? Do you think, like, let's say if we did that, we have more breaks during the school. Do you think that people could now transition back into the lesson? You think students would be able to do that without
That's a very good question.
Without it getting disruptive?
Yeah.
You think so? That's why I say we should clone you. I believe you would.
Yeah. In her world, yes. In Clavicia's world, yes.
Yes, you are definitely sharp. How important is attendance to you? I probably shouldn't even ask that. You said you have 100%. Have you been rewarded yet for that besides your good grades?
No.
Oh, man.
You know what? You see that safe over there?
Here you go.
That is the nicest safe. There's nothing but goodies in that safe.
Yeah.
I mean, considering 100%, you haven't missed a day. Have you been late a day?
No.
She makes it to breakfast, remember?
That's, you know what? I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Okay. And you won the trivia. You know what? We have to open the nicest safe because you definitely. That's not the right one, young sir.
One job, bro.
One job. This should be a hand clap. It's okay. It's okay.
One job. Keep that in there, Adam. Keep that in there.
Please do.
That was funny.
Do you, with the goals that you said you have, right? Like even track, do you feel your attendance affects your future goals?
No,
You don't?
no. It's good. No problems with it.
You said it's not going to have no problems.
Yeah.
So if you miss a day of school and you come in the next day and you miss the whole math lesson, you're going to jump on it just like this and know what they're doing?
Yeah.
You
Our
might
world
be
is
in,
perfect.
you might be in the top
Our world
1%,
is
girl.
perfect.
You might be in the top 1%. Math wasn't my subject, so I needed every class and then some. And then some. But not basic math, because sometimes we'll be doing percentages here and I'll count it in my head and they'll look at me like I'm crazy. So basic percentages, I know, because when I used to sign my contracts, I definitely used to pay attention to those percentages. Literally like how much my agent would get, how much comes to me, how much goes to this, how much goes to that, how much is out in taxes. So percentages, I was on it like this because that was in my contract, so I had to.
Yep.
When we start getting into algebra and all this other stuff and pi and all this other stuff,
X
then
equals Y and find the slope.
yes, no, you're gonna see about that later on. So I would say you're definitely in the top 1%, very sharp, being able to. But the average person wouldn't be able to do that. Like in track, right? You said if you miss a day, like if you miss a day of training and you go to run afterwards, what does that feel like?
I feel upset because, like, sometimes I want to, like, get through everything, and sometimes my coach is, like, so strict. He can't, like, every time someone misses track, you get in trouble. And track gets harder and harder.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I remember when I was in college, one of the swimmers, we was joking about like our practices, and for the basketball team, they actually had us do pool workouts in the morning. Like we did track workouts sometimes, and then we did pool workouts to like break it up. And I was like, Katie, I don't know how y'all do it. She's like, listen, and they were swimmers and they swam almost every day. When they missed a day of practice and when they finally like came back, she said they were so tired, like they almost felt like they would be drowning in the pool. So it's almost like you miss a day, you kind of miss a lot, you know, and then it's kind of like you're catching up to where you would have been had you not missed. How did you feel missing a day?
I was just gonna tell a story. In high school, I had picture day, so I had to miss one practice. I played football in high school. I had to miss one practice because I had to get my hair done in the shape up, and my mom forced me to miss that practice just so I could get because she didn't want my pictures to be crazy because it was my senior year. So I missed that one practice, and it took me all the way out. I came back to practice the next day, and we had a game the day after that. So I came back to practice the next day, and literally I felt like I was behind everybody. Like they running plays, and I'm like, wait, yes, wait, no, wrong route. And I'm like, I only just missed a day. It took me out of my whole routine, and I kind of didn't play in that game until the second half. Yeah, it was, my coach made me pay for it. I didn't play in that game to the second half, and we lost. Yeah. Yep.
That is
all because I missed the one practice. Yeah.
Well, like I said, Clef, you are phenomenal because you are in the top 1%, and I truly do believe, like what you said, that you are highly intelligent enough to miss and still be fine. Unfortunately, a lot of us normal folks. We would be behind.
Yeah.
So we like to end every podcast with a quote. This was actually happy and excited. Some of you might recognize Clev actually from the Nicest Word on the Street
Yes.
episodes. She actually interviewed me last time. We was talking about sports a little bit. So we like to end with a quote. Clev, will you want to start us off with one of the quotes?
Sure. There's about 80% of success is showing up.
Okay.
That's a good quote.
I'll go. Attend today, achieve tomorrow.
Mine is every minute matters, which is hilarious that she's a track star. Every second matters. Every minute matters. See you next time. I hope that you will attend. Get it?
Yeah.